is in big trouble.
Can I
Wait a
answer?
minute. No,
Can
you've
I
done a lot
answer?
of talking.
Trump just changed everything, and I mean everything. We're talking about a full reset, our relationship with Europe, our stance on free speech, our focus here in the United States. This isn't just about the fireworks in the Oval Office between President Trump and Ukrainian dictator Zelensky on Friday. No. This is a major shift for the United States. And yet, of course, most people are only focused on the drama, and they're missing the much bigger picture here. So let me tell you what's really happening. Trump is saying enough. Enough with Europe treating America like a piggy bank. Enough with Ukraine pretending that this war can be won with an endless supply of American cash. Enough with the United States footing the bill while Europeans work 35-hour work weeks and expect us to carry the burden for them. Journalist Michael Schellenberger just laid it out exactly what's going on here. I love this. Watch.
There's something I need to say, and I need to be blunt. So let me start by saying I love Europe. You Europeans do not respect Americans. You can protest and say, no, we love America. No, you don't. We know you look down on us. You think you're better than us. And in some ways you are. You know, you work 35 hours a week. This thing where Ukraine comes to the White House and acts like it can tell us what we should do, that's not what the relationship is. This thing where somehow we're on the hook, including for countries that are not in NATO, that was never the deal. Ukraine is not part of NATO. We were never obligated to protect Ukraine. People on the left, on the right, they do not want to be in a nuclear war with Russia. How can we explain this to you? But the behavior that we're seeing coming out of European leaders and out of Zelensky just now in the Oval Office suggests that the relationship is over.
Boom. He's right. That's the reality. This is about
We're going to get it solved. In the back, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Prime Minister Starmer claimed repeatedly that his government believes in free speech and was not engaged in censorship. But his country's government arrests people for memes and thought crimes, and even more worrisome is pressuring American companies to censor Americans on its behalf. How can he be a reliable, trustworthy partner when he says things that are demonstrably false on such an important topic?
Well, we actually spoke to him about that, yes. So, in the back, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Prime Minister Starmer claimed repeatedly that his government believes in free speech and was not engaged in censorship. But his country's government arrests people for memes and thought crimes, and even more worrisome is pressuring American companies to censor Americans on its behalf. How can he be a reliable, trustworthy partner when he says things that are demonstrably false on such an important topic?
Well, we actually spoke to him about that yesterday, and we thought they took it very, very much too far. JD was very strong on it. So was I. So was Marco. And we've been speaking to him about it. Marco, would you like to say something about that?
We have concerns, obviously, with the conduct of theirs, particularly as it impacts Americans. And there's real concern that American speech, which is online, could fall into the hands of British or any country's jurisdiction. And so this is a point the Vice President made at Munich, and I think it's a very compelling one, that what unites us with Europe, as much as anything else, is these shared values, and one of them being free speech. And so if Americans are threatened by it, we're going to need to take action in that regard.
Mr. President.
It's actually a very important question.
We spoke about this in detail with the Prime Minister, the Foreign Secretary, and others at lunch yesterday. And I know that Secretary of Commerce Lutnick followed up in private meetings last night. This is really important. We believe Americans have the right to speak their mind, even if we in this room disagree with them. They have the right to speak their mind in the public square, which is often online these days. And we're going to defend that right as it pertains to American companies and American citizens vigorously if we have to. I do think that under the President's leadership, we're going to find common ground with our friends in the UK on this question, but it remains to be seen. The principle that will guide us is we believe in free speech in this country, and we'll fight for it for American citizens.
According to new numbers out this morning, Ukraine has lost 1.8 million young men. 1.8 million young men. So, of course, European leaders are right now, and Canada's leaders, of course, are also right now in Kiev begging and urging Zelensky to keep fighting and basically trying to make sure that the Trump administration doesn't put an end to this war, because they absolutely love this war. This is all happening while Ukrainians are protesting, asking for an end to the war. I mean, here are the European leaders, and here's Justin Trudeau showing up there, and you can see the other European leaders there on the train station there. There's Justin getting off in Kiev, hugging the other European leaders, like going to send more money, wanting to continue this war indefinitely, because that's what the globalists want, of course. So this is all happening, by the way, as Ukrainians are protesting, asking for an end to the war. Please send our sons home. Look at these protesters. Take a listen. These are moms here just asking for, chanting and walking and asking for them. Listen.
Sorry, I don't have audio.
Oh, there's no audio. Okay, but take my word for it. They're chanting and they're asking for this war to end, and they're asking for their sons to be brought home from the front lines. But you're not going to see that on the mainstream media, by the way, because demonstrations are forbidden in Ukraine under Zelensky. So these moms are not allowed to be protesting the deaths of their sons under a dictator.
Think about that for a second, because people in the West who display the Ukrainian flag mean they want to support the continuation of the war. People in Ukraine who are displaying the Ukrainian flag means they're Ukrainian and they want to live. And they want their sons and daughters to live. They want the war to end. So there's a deep divide in what that flag symbolizes to ignorant a-holes in the West. I just feel like I should point that out, because when I see that on a bio of a Westerner, I'm pretty sure they don't understand that this war started in 2014. Pretty sure they don't care about the deaths from the Ukrainian civil war, 5,000 per year. They don't care about that. They only care about 2022 and beyond.
Yeah. And, they want you to believe that every Ukrainian loves this war. Just ask the moms whose sons are sitting there right now as meat, as cannon fodder being thrown into the meat grinder. They don't want this war. And people are protesting Kiev to demand the return of their children from the Kursk front right now. No wonder Zelensky does not like elections, by the way. And this morning, Emmanuel Macron showed up at the White House. Watch this. So here he is, where Trump didn't even come out to greet him. We know where the pecking order is. Like, he gets out of the car, he's like, where is President Trump?
You'll come to me.
Sorry, you're going to come to me. He's like, where's President Trump? I guess not.
No rose bearers throwing petals at his feet.
Sorry, pal.
Like that.
Londres está en shock. Rusia se viene con todo. Y en el frente ucraniano no habrá sobrevivientes. El más antiguo think tank británico, el Royal United Service Institute, ha lanzado un informe que reconfigura la visión occidental sobre el conflicto en Ucrania. Lo que antes era un todos juntos podemos contra Rusia, se ha convertido en un es momento de observar de lejos lo que ocurre en Ucrania. Los británicos han revelado una inminente catástrofe para las fuerzas ucranianas. No habrá sobrevivientes, aseguran. Rusia no solo ha aumentado significativamente la producción de misiles de largo alcance y bombas planeadoras, sino que planea triplicar esa cifra en los próximos meses.
A new plan for a just and enduring peace. Thank you.
Buenos días, 8 de la mañana. Europa se compromete con Zelensky, con Ucrania, a su manera, despistada, pero reza para que Donald Trump de verdad esté a su lado. Reza para que Donald Trump de verdad se ponga a su lado y Estados Unidos no le deje en un momento histórico, en una encrucijada clave. Una fotografía que nos dejó ayer el clima de la sensación de una situación, de un momento histórico que pilla a Europa de esta manera. Cada uno intentando ver la fotografía a su manera, intentando comprobar de qué manera Europa quiere, pero sabe que necesita, quiere apoyar a Ucrania, sabe que necesita que Estados Unidos esté a su lado. Fin de semana clave, se pedía que Europa abriera además la puerta alrededor de que Trump podía rehacer el camino con un Zelensky que ayer buscaba el apoyo de los socios europeos, pero que sabe que la encrucijada ahora mismo es todavía más complicada después de ver lo que vimos el viernes con Donald Trump y con J.D. Vance. No hay acuerdo de minerales, esto ya lo saben. Lo que Europa sí parece comprometerse es a seguir ayudándole y a intentar un plan de paz antes de que Donald Trump ponga en marcha definitivamente su propio plan.
Escándalo en el despacho Oval, pelea de gallos. Bueno, me decía Alberto, momento histórico. Zelensky es echado literalmente a patadas. Ahora estábamos comentando cómo le han echado, no, lo va a contar todo Alberto. Le echan directamente de la Casa Blanca y esto no tiene visos de parar. La guerra continúa. Los halcones de la Unión Europea se hacen con la suya y finalmente logran el objetivo, que es montar un escándalo sin precedentes. Bueno, es que fijaos la imagen, ¿eh? O sea, fijaos el gesto de Donald Trump, porque es que también Zelensky ha tenido gestos realmente duros. Ahora lo vamos a analizar. Fuerte pelea entre Trump y Zelensky. Usted está jugando con la Tercera Guerra Mundial. El presidente de Estados Unidos, Donald Trump, ha arremetido contra el líder del régimen de Kiev, Volodymyr Zelensky, al afirmar que se arriesga a desencadenar la Tercera Guerra Mundial. Durante el encuentro, Zelensky pidió a Trump que no impusiera la posición de Estados Unidos a Kiev, a lo que el líder estadounidense le respondió que Ucrania no tiene derecho a dictar nada y no tiene cartas. Lo ha repetido hasta la saciedad. Están en una situación difícil en este momento. No tienen cartas fuertes en la mano. A la pregunta de Zelensky de si podía responder todas esas afirmaciones, Trump expresó: no, ya he dicho demasiado, su país tiene graves problemas, no ganará. La acalorada discusión entre los políticos comenzó cuando Zelensky dijo que un alto el fuego no funcionaría. Trump intentó contradecirle, pero el líder del régimen de Kiev le interrumpió. Nunca aceptaremos un alto el fuego. Trump...
Zelensky dice: Estados Unidos tendrá que enviar a sus hijos e hijas a luchar del mismo modo que nosotros estamos enviando a nuestros hijos e hijas a luchar, y tendrán que luchar porque es de la OTAN de lo que estamos hablando y morirán. Pues mira, este hombre de verdad, la expresión de manicomio le va...
La agresividad, Alberto, con la que habla en el vídeo es increíble, ¿eh?
Y no se da cuenta de que estas declaraciones llegan a Estados Unidos.
Buenos días, esta es la imagen en directo de la Casa Blanca, Washington. Parece que el único que hoy duerme a pierna suelta es Donald Trump. ¿Por qué? Porque se acabó. Punto y final, a no ser que Zelensky, que Ucrania hagan algo distinto. Es decir, lo primero, pedir perdón. Lo segundo, empezar a entender, según Donald Trump, que se puede caminar hacia la paz. No sabemos si sí o no. Trump esperaba que el que tuviese más ganas de paz fuera Zelensky o Putin. Pero ahora mismo Trump tiene claro, él, que Zelensky no quiere la paz. Por lo que...
Escándalo cripto, un paraíso fiscal, 5 empresas y 23 cuentas claves en la ruta del dinero Libra. Es decir, encontraron las 23 cuentas a donde está toda esa ganancia de la estafa. Bueno, 3 de las 23 cuentas se llaman Milei. Ahora,